Yeah, really
As spiders do.
Squatting, yeah.
weird,
I'm a
messy.
hobo spider.
Literally a hobo spider. Oh man. Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at. Like no word from Marta has come in the intervening time.
Gregor is comfortable with that.
Gregor is comfortable with that.
That is
No-
okay.
Knowing that she is a crazy night hag, not hearing from her is probably better than actually hearing from her. But there have been rumors, like things have filtered down through the through the streets, just news in the cage. It gets around until kind of everybody knows that of course the forces of the abyss, the demons with the expulsion of one of their lords, is kind of in a tizzy, with everybody scrambling to take over Grost's holdings.
The forces of the abyss are generally not described as being in a tizzy.
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
Dust
No.
up?
Dust up. There's a kerfuffle. There's an
Shenanigans.
abyssal kerfuffle.
Demon kerfuffle. All right.
Demon kerfuffle.
Harsh words were exchanged.
Yeah. There was it was
And spleens.
yeah. Some shade was thrown. Also some shades.
Gray shade.
Gray shades. Incidentally, before anybody yells at me, in hindsight, I am totally aware that I fucked up all those rules. But we're going with it and remembering it for next time. So the abyss is in upheaval, and of course, once word got around, that means that the devils, the orderly version of evil, saw that as an advantage and pressed it, and so the blood war, which has never been, there's never been like a ceasefire or anything, but it kind of gets real hot and then cools off. Now it's one of those hot periods, like people are staying the fuck away from the lower planes, kind of in general, because pretty much like a third of the Great Wheel becomes just one giant battleground.
Hang on. What
Yeah.
did you say last time? A third of the wheel was doing what?
I think I said a third of the wheel was burning.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Belly laugh. Belly clap.
What's happened to the Yugolots in those 3 years, Sean?
Well, they've kind of spread and scattered. They were broken but not destroyed with the fall of the Wasting Tower. They're a smart bunch, those Yugoloths, and so they sort of find opportunities where they can, and use what means they have left to try and sort of recoup their losses, by doing what they do best, which is selling to both sides in the blood war. Hiring out as either mercenaries for the more military Yugoloths, or information brokers making deals. Keeping everything going so that they can reap in as much benefit as they can. But yeah, they are terribly disorganized. They don't have sort of a center to work from at this point. What else is going on? Oh yes, the
Did we describe what actually happened to us?
I was getting there.
Okay.
Uh, the last sort of big thing was that the city of Heart's Faith, which was the
One of the first cities we went to in the beginning of the game.
yes, the sort of town on the other side of the main gate from to Mount Celestia has in recent months shifted from being in the plane of Mount Celestia to the Outlands. The prevailing attitudes of its citizens have apparently faltered just enough to where the entire town got yanked out of its home plane, and now there's some difficulties between it and the town of Excelsior, which is the primary gate town to the Mount Celestia. And the three of you, meanwhile, while all of this is happening, Lahiris, you've been resting, recuperating, mostly unconscious for the first few months, and then slowly, regaining yourself. But not quite the same after having been run through with a demonic sword.
Punctured a lung.
Punctured a lung.
Yes. Mortally wounded, in fact.
Never a good wound for someone who likes to sing.
Nope.
No, I'm kind of short of breath sometimes, and just kind of a little bit creaky. She favors one side, kind of a little bit of a tilt. But
And now you sing less like a Disney princess and more like Johnny Cash.
yeah, and I still have like that one scar on my cheek too, and so.
Oh, that's right.
Yep, scar on my cheek. Slightly larger scar in my organ area, and
I have a little scar on my face that Katsuo gave me.
Yeah, not as bad as the scars on your hands, though.
You gave those to yourself.
This is true.
stop scarring yourself.
Worth it.
Stop scarring yourself. Stop scarring yourself. Yeah, so we pick up, like we said, almost 3 years later, in Sigil, and as the three of you, it's early in the morning, when there is a knock at the door.
Since I am an early riser, I will. Actually, no. Gregor's in the smithy right now. He probably can't hear the door knocking.
I'll get up,
If he touches on the board.
like out of bed, stretching the one side, and what?
That's me yawning.
Okay.
Yeah. So you open the door and there's a young kid, in not fancy livery. They're clearly a runner, a messenger, with got like a tube, a wax or a wax stoppered like leather tube, and it's
Why, hello.
and he says, I'm here for, and he kind of looks down at the tube and says, Lahiris?
Oh, you found her. That's me.
Excellent. This is yours, and hands you the tube, and then stands there with his his hand out.
I shake his hand.
Yeah,
I don't have any money.
you shake his hand, and he's like, he just totally like limp hands you, and then looks down and he's primes. And and then he's like, well, my job's done, and then just leaves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So I guess I have this tube. What was it? It's like a scroll
Yeah,
or
it's like
something?
it's like a scroll case. It's just it's stoppered up with wax, like sealed up.
Don't remember the last time I've gotten one of these.
It
What
is-
does the seal look like? Is there a seal on it?
Nope, no, nondescript. Like it's literally they just drip wax in the ends to keep it to keep it closed.
All right, I'll crack
that is-
it open. I guess.
You crack it open, and like at first nothing comes out, and then kind of slowly this one long reddish gold feather just kind of falls out the end, and that's all that's in there.
Reddish gold feather.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty.
Quite lovely. Yeah.
Does it have a smell to it?
Beautiful plumage.
Like inspect it. Anything like weird about it that I should be able to like? Is it something I should recognize, or is it just a friggin' feather?
You wanna try and identify it?
Was
Sure.
there a reference to phoenixes earlier in this campaign?
Maybe.
I sure don't remember.
I swear to God, I remember something about phoenixes earlier in this game.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
So
It was like months
Let's-
ago, if that's the case.
let me take a step back. What do you do with it? Like, do you just tuck it away? Do you,
Yeah, put it in my whatever satchel, whatever it is that I carry things
All right.
with.
Not a problem. That happens.
Okay.
What are the other
Neat.
two of you doing?
I'm gonna kind of meander over as much as you can meander, and say,
When you're a horse-sized spider, like this entire
Yeah.
house is awkward for you to even exist in with other people because you're the size of a goddamn horse.
I use the space. I just kind of like peek, like as much as you can, like peek around the corner. Who was it?
Just a delivery for me, I guess.
Ooh, exciting!
Yes. It was a feather
A feather.
from a bird. I'm guessing.
I'll kind of make my way around the corner and
I kind of like unconsciously step back as you get closer. Just like, 'cause you're just like, mhm.
As the giant spider wanders over.
Yes.
would you care to describe it for me?
I'll pull it out and show it to him.
I have to get really close because I have shitty eyesight, being a spider. May I?
Sure.
He'll kind of grab it with his little pincer thing, and
Be careful with it.
absolutely.
Okay.
Sure.
So yeah, I'd like to try and figure out what the hell it is.
Okay. What do you do?
Well, I'm thinking that spiders have knowledge of a lot of things that fly because we tend to make webs and nom them. So I'm thinking either arachnid philosophy or spider wise.
Arachnid philosophy. Hmm.
I'm trying to figure out what the feather is from specifically.
Okay. Um,
Like what kind of bird, or is it like
Yeah, just what is this feather from?
what's up with this feather?
Yeah, that's it.
well, it's, I mean, like it is obviously a bird feather. Like that's not even a question. Uh, sorry, I need to find my wises. It doesn't. You don't have a particularly keen sense of smell or anything, do you?
Yeah, well, they have sensitive sensory organs all over their body, hair, spines, and bristles, which
Okay.
is +1 die to all perception for purposes of assessing or detecting movement, sound, or sensing air currents or vibrations. So it helps them see like shit, but they can discern size, shape, light and dark, and muted colors, but they rely heavily on vibration, voice, and taste to fill in details.
Right. Right. Okay.
Do you like flap it in your face and be like, does this feel like a bird that flew by me? Or...
Kind of, yeah. Like it'd be like in his face, like just kind of like bring it to his nose, equivalent of a nose, and just kind of try and figure out what the hell it is.
Sure. It's not going to be.
I'm on the
easy.
record as this being kind of weird.
Ob. Yeah. Ob 7. Spider Eyes.
Hooray! So challenging test. What's my failure consequence?
If you fail, so if you fail, then in the process of sort of assessing it, because you're a spider and you have to kind of do things in like you don't have regular hands and stuff, then you're gonna damage it.
Oh, that's sad.
Not Phoenix Down that brings him back from the dead.
Okay, so I'm gonna use spider
Did I say
wise.
wait? Did I say damage? I mean wreck. Like you're gonna wreck it. It's
Oh,
it's not gonna be like, oh, it's just a little messed up. It's like, oh, I have to. You sense things the way the spider does, and you fill in details by taste, and you're like, and like,
nibble. I slobber all over it.
yeah, like
It's just a mess. You come into the kitchen, and I'm like the dog with his head in a wastebasket. And be like, I don't know how this happened. I'm sorry.
He's just like chomping like half of it's gone. Oh,
Chomp.
Okay, Doc.
I have no idea. Okay, so spider-wise, I'd like to fork arachnid philosophy.
how is that helping you?
So spiders think about the nature of things as like he sat like 16 years he spent as a master of 8 as this spider philosopher. So for like a decade and a half of like catching things and like pondering on like why do these bugs have this shell or these wings, or like these birds have these types of feathers versus others? Is it because they like tropical climates, or are they wintry, or they're like trees, no trees, water, no water? They kind of roll this stuff around in their noggin, and then when they meet other spiders of their type, they like to talk and like figure this out. Like, hey, I kind of pieced this together. It took me a year of eating birds, but what do you think?
Okay.
I think I'd like to use web-wise based on the fact how it interacts with web. Like, I feel like that could be part of the way that he fucks it up, is he's like trying to see how it sticks to the web, and then it gets stuck, and he's like pulling on it, like, and then it pulls a lot of the like feathers off.
I feel like that one's a bit of a stretch, because like
Okay.
webwise is really about webs and not really about feathers or other animals,
do you have featherwise? That would be helpful.
I do not.
or like prey wise or something like that would.
No, don't have prey-wise. So I am gonna get the one from my arachnid
Yeah.
philosophy.
Yeah.
Sweet. I don't think it's going to help me, but does anyone want to help me?
I think
That's what
Lahir's
I
is the
was
only one
there.
there.
Let's see if there's literally anything I can do to help you with a spider figuring out where this feather comes from, and I don't know if there's really anything I can do.
You can taste it too.
No, I tasted it. It's fine. You should totally try it too.
I don't think I have anything that could help with identifying a feather. I don't.
No, not really.
I really don't. I got
Okay.
nothing.
You
I'm just
don't-
like, it's a feather.
You don't
That's all I
even
know.
have any wises, do you?
No, I don't.
That's so
You're not
weird.
wise.
I'm trying to open one.
Yeah, portal's wise.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
shame.
Oh,
I got a challenging spider wise test.
good for you. You just fucked up my feather. I literally just got it and you're like, what's that?
Yeah.
What's that? I wrecked it.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so you're like examining it in your like little pedipalps and you know testing it and you go to like taste it and the feathers hook onto like the hairs and
Oh.
like chitinous spines on your body. And like as you're trying to maneuver it, like the whole thing just like
Hell,
just rips
hell,
apart.
hell,
Uh,
hell.
and yeah, you've got like little bits of red gold feathers stuck in your like spider hairs.
Aw.
And like they burn a little bit, like not enough to actually cause any kind of damage, but it's certainly like uncomfortable and not like fire burn, like there's
like playing in insulation.
no it's well,
So
maybe
how-
it's like an irritant, right? Like
So how does it taste, hell?
Ah, stingy. Moving around like I can't. Like I could try and use one of my legs to like cover off my face. I'm like, oh, I'm so bad at this.
Picking pieces of feather out of your whatever face holes.
Oh, thank you. That's so much better.
How do you taste it?
Yeah, after a thorough examination, did I actually find out what it was?
No,
Or
you-
did I
you
just
have no
idea
fucking
and I
clue.
wrecked it?
yeah.
Oh, after a thorough examination, I have no idea where this came from.
Yeah, you do know, like you know what it's not, and it's not like anything that you've that you've had as prey before. Like it's not something that you've ever caught. So it's definitely avian, but it is very unfamiliar. And you've eaten a lot of a lot of birds, so
I
Can
can
I
tell-
just get the remainder of the feather, whatever's left, and put it in my little satchel.
Oh no, I'm terribly sorry. I feel I've destroyed your feather.
You're quite observant, yes.
I can tell you what list of birds it's not. That is about all the information I have. I'm sorry.
Thank you, pal. Thank you so much.
Meanwhile, Gregor, you said you're in the forge, in the smithy.
Yeah. He is finishing up. He is trying to put the finishing touches on his sword.
Okay.
Because I figured during that downtime he's spent a little time, working on it, and he's just finishing the last of it. So, yep.
Cool.
So what do you do? What are you doing? Like,
I finished the sword. I finished forging it. He's putting the last touches on the true silver blade.
all right.
8 sessions and 3 years in the making. Or 9 sessions now.
Hmm.
All right. weaponsmith. And Arta, real quick.
All right. So you're looking at a base ob of 5.
Because it's a master, I want it to be a top quality, superb quality, whatever
Yep,
it's called.
superior quality weapon. And the
Correct.
sword is ob 3.
So ob 5. I always work patiently and carefully.
Yes, you
So
do.
let's get this going.
Uh,
Let's get this going.
all right. So if you succeed, then what do we have? Like,
The end result will be a true silver, this gleaming silver handle and a half bastard sword, right?
okay.
Maybe a little larger for sake of color, but that's stat-wise, that's what it is. And depending on what extra successes I get, there's some other things I'd like to put in there with the patient die, like we've talked about. The two things I would love to go for would be a balance die and unbreakable.
Well, we'll see what we.
But yeah. That's I'm just
Like-
saying. I'm just answering your question of what am I going for. So that's
Yeah.
my ultimate.
I don't.
You aren't. So you aren't going for Spirit Blade?
What?
You are not going for Spirit Blade with it?
I can't do that with smithing alone.
Oh, you got to enchant that on it.
Or have Shamsiel bless it and put spirit on there. So, which is what I'm hoping will happen, but we'll see. All right. So first, Sean,
All right.
I'm spending. Are you ready? I'm spending. Let me mark it down on my thing too. Where is it? So much shit. 1 deeds. 3
Oh my.
persona. 5 fate to Aristea my weaponsmithing.
Okay. So that you can have a gray sword.
Correct.
You just want a trick weapon.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. You just want to be OP. I get it.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
it. I get it. You just want to be OP. Okay, that's fine.
All right.
That's fine.
Hmm.
So you're air-staying your weaponsmithing.
Yes.
Okay. So
Which means before I roll, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna make it gray really quick.
Yep.
I'll put it down afterwards, but I'm just gonna make it gray for this. All right.
all right.
Forking. Oh, go ahead.
So
What happens if I fail again?
that's what I was getting to.
cool.
That's what I was getting to. If you fail,
I hope I can make a case for this of other interesting failure consequences because I have been working towards this 9 sessions.
no.
Multiple beliefs. Because you're a nice guy. It does say if you want to make poor quality weapons, just fail the test.
If you fail, obviously it's going to be poor quality. Like that's not a question.
This is also supposed to be the monument to Shamsiel's power.
Yeah.
Making.
You're absolutely right. It's supposed to be a monument to the glory of your soon to be deity, because you and Laharis are the only 2 members of a cult at this point.
It's the true faith.
So yeah, it will be a poor quality sword if you fail, which both means that it is not a an appropriate monument to your god, and it's unenchantable.
Yeah.
And it's also going to eat your supplies.
Okay. Maybe something about the true silver fucks up my forge, and I'm like, well, shit, now I gotta get a new forge. All right. Forking in blacksmith.
Okay.
Along the blade, in my native tongue from my plane, it's gonna say Retribution's Hand, which is the name of the weapon.
Okay.
So I'm gonna fork in etching. I've made sure that this whole time I've used the proper tools. I got tools wise.
Okay.
I have legendary materials wise, and I'm using a legendary material.
Yep.
So there's that. That's 9 die. That's 4 extra.
Yep. Don't dice monger, just do it, man.
I'm gonna. No. I'm thinking about what persona I want to do right now.
Can you spend extra persona when you've already?
I thought you could outside of Aristia. Does it say you cannot?
I'm just looking it up right now.
No, you do this to me, Sean.
I'm checking.
All right.
Players may only spend 1 fate, 1 to 3 persona points, and 1 to 2 deeds points per roll.
But that's on a roll that doesn't include like Aristia.
Yeah.
You know.
It does not say anything about you can't roll anything else.
And it specifically says with dwarves, you can spend a persona point to use greed, and then the 3 persona point to get the bonus dice on top.
Man, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's.
What is your ruling then, Sean?
You're gonna hate me for this, but my instinct says no, because you're
Okay.
spending to shade up, which is already like dumping like all of the Arda you can and more technically into a roll, right? Because it's what, 3
Okay.
persona, 1 deeds, which are already the most you can spend on that roll.
You can spend 2 deeds on a roll. You can
spend-
double
yeah.
the dice and then reroll.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. On page 67, spending limits: 1 fate, 1 to 3 persona, and 1 to 2 deeds points per roll.
Right.
Aristia, you must spend 5 fate, 3 persona, and 1 deeds. Once it's spent, you choose one of the following choices. I feel like reading it, you could do both.
I'm fine with that if I have to. I've got call-ons and an extra 1 more deeds if I absolutely have to.
Because you're doing like a minor epiphany, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you spend the Aristia to get the minor epiphany, and that lasts for an entire scene.
Yeah. And then you burn all the shit on the roll. I mean, it's sinking a shit pot of Arta
Right.
into one thing. And I think the Aristia Arta is just burned. It doesn't go towards a thing.
No, it does.
Yeah.
It does go towards
It doesn't count as a roll. It doesn't count as a roll, is what you're saying. It counts as adding that. Okay. If that's the case, then I should be able to still do some persona on the roll.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to spend 2 persona.
Okay. Yeah, because it's 1 shade lighter for the scene, and in this case, the scene is
make the
A-roll.
thing.
Gregor making this.
What is the ob of this crazy thing again?
Five.
5?
And what is your skill?
5 is the skill I'm rolling 10 dice with help and another 2%. So I'm rolling 12 dice. Gray shaded.
Okay, so are you working patiently to try and increase the overall quality?
Basically, yeah. Patiently as any extra successes I can kind of work in with stuff. All right.
No pressure. Oh,
Yeah.
oh look at it.
I'm gonna fate.
Why not?
Sure.
Well, because I don't know what it'll take to get what I want, and
Well,
so...
you're okay. Look, you're not gonna get like you can make it fancier, but you can't actually get extra effects, right? Like that's not what it does.
Because remember we had talked about it for a while, and I had talked about wanting to put balance on it when I was making it for Sam, and you said I could possibly do something like that with.
Yeah, you could spend a balance die, but unbreakable like that's
No,
something
fine, that's fine. I won't do
that you
Unbreakable
want.
then. I
Yeah.
just didn't want what happened in Sam Swords the first time to happen again.
that it would
You
break.
got 4 extra
All right,
successes
so
there.
this totally became 3 extra. Oh, 4. You're right. It totally
Yeah.
became.
You're gray shaded.
Totally became 13. So yeah, I'll add a balance die.
All right.
And I'll add like the way the etching works. Like if you cut somebody, the blood draws into the name, and kind of stays in there in a weird way. Like it'll wash out, but like it'll look like for a while like there's the name Retribution's hand in blood on the sword. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Just to kind of freak them out as you're killing them.
Yeah. And I mean everything will be exquisitely worked. So and it's just, and it's also kind of based off of what I saw of like Shamseal's sword. So there's elements of like Imperialia symbols kind of in it, but not any actual specific names, but just like design.
Right. Cool. So yeah, you have made your masterwork. It sounds like.
Yes.
And since you made it with a gray shade ability, it is a gray sword.
Good lord, man.
Hey now, I worked my ass off for that, Sean.
Yeah, sure.
Don't you go insulting my choice of drink or my choice of sword.
No, I'll do that. He can do the sword. I get to do the drink.
Yep.
Sorry, are you going to show us all your masterwork? Or are you just going to hide it?
Yeah. What are you doing with it once it's done?
Do you have a sheath? Or are you just going to let it sit around there and like hit rocks on the ground when you set it down?
I will sheath it. And then I will. I gotta change some things here. I will bring it in because I want to show Lahiris, a fellow believer.
Oh, that's a pretty knife.
It's a pretty
And
knife.
I go up to Lahiris and I say, Lahiris, I said, it is finally done. My work, my opus to
Shamseal, our god, Shamseal. G-D.
Sorry, that was
Oh,
a
man,
different game.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah.
I say it's complete. This blade will seek justice for him. Every I say right now, I pledge that every kill that's made with this weapon is a kill for him. And the soul that the life that it takes will be sent to him for judgment or service. And then I pull it out in the sunlight. And at the same time, I'm so glad you're not a dwarf.
because nobody goes, I must have it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. Like it is a legit work of art. Quite possibly the most beautiful sword you've seen. Outside of things that are actually like divine in nature.
And actually, at that point, when he's looking at it in the sunlight, like not in his forge, in the sunlight, and there's a moment where Gregor does shed a tear. A little tear streak goes through his soot-covered face. Oh, and I made this for you, and he throws some chains at you. Like a 40 pound, maybe 50 pound like hobbit.
Just like so, you just like whip a medicine ball at his chest, where he's mortally
Now,
wounded.
Gregor is just like one-handed and just.
Oh
And
yeah.
by the way, Lyris, when you woke up, he was bigger. He's a beast now, and he just one hand tosses the hobbit to you.
Huh.
Then he kind of turns and nods. Pell.
Gregor, you're back. It sounds magnificent.
Does it have a? I have a question. When you pull it out of the sheath, does
A
it
ring?
have
Oh,
like
there's
a ring?
to it. Yeah. There's a ring to it.
Because that kind of leads me to like what I want to do. I don't know if we can do it this session or not.
Well, what do you want to do?
I kind of in the same vein of Gregor's like amazing sword, I want to make a performance to Shamsil.
Okay.
And I don't know if like creating a song, like the thing is like, can I wield a song? Does a song have, or a performance have like something I can write down because I have music composition now.
Okay. So,
And so I want something that I can sing and play a flute and like have it written down so I can, remember how I did it. But yeah.
okay.
And the purpose of this performance is to bring worshipers, to I guess lure them in, because the best thing about religion is the music, and we got to have our own hymns. And so I gotta get you right.
And blood and guts and
Okay.
and guts and bleed.
So ultimately, like you're trying to draw people to hear, right? Like to hear the word. You're using your music to to bring people to the idea of Shamsil. Awesome. This sounds like a good test.
Okay. Because
Because
I
there's
need
the
to write the thing,
composition.
but I also need to perform it too.
Yes.
Okay.
So, so tell me about the composing of the piece.
Well, I was initially inspired by the sacrifice of Katsuo, and I've been running this over in my head, writing things down. I've got papers, lyrics and notes, and I just got kind of practiced in like getting the words just right. And the thing is, it's all going to be in Elvish,
Okay.
but it's going to be really pretty, and so people are going to show up. But it's going to be kind of like Latin mass, where someone's going to be there to translate for you later. So like I'm going to have Gregor have the in common tongue translation, but so he can be like, oh, this is what she's singing. but it's. I write this down. And it's also I'm gonna have singing parts, and then I'll have the flute that I'll be playing.
Okay.
And it's going to be tuned exactly to the ringing of Gregor's sword.
Oh, nice. Nice. Okay.
So when he pulls out his sword and people see the gleaming sword, like it will go exactly to the same, like it'll almost be indistinguishable between the ringing of his sword and my flute beginning to play.
Okay. Awesome. I have a couple of questions before we roll.
Don't we all when we're
set
talking
you
about
up.
hymns?
I have many questions when we talk about hymns. So, do you have parchment and quills?
No,
No.
not in my inventory, but
And I'm guessing nobody else does. Nobody has like.
I'm guessing in the past 3 years someone might have been able to get some. That's because like I've been kind of working on it. I guess I kind of glossed over that. Maybe like, hey, Gregor, could you get me some parchment quills? Or maybe Pell might have had something. But he can't write because he doesn't have thumbs. That's right.
Sure. I mean,
his 1 foot in.
having random scraps of like notes that you've made, like that I can see. You've got kind of a hodgepodge collection of like musical ideas and that sort of thing. But when it comes to composing the piece, putting everything together on one like one legible piece of I guess parchment or vellum or whatever it is that you're going to put it on. It's not that you need like special equipment for it, but music composition does require tools.
True.
Which means that your first test
is getting tools.
Is getting tools. Now, it's nothing that requires a whole bunch of like special complicated stuff. So I guess the question is, how do you go about getting them?
I'm sure there's a store.
You're just gonna go and buy a toolkit?
Yeah. Just go out and like maybe have Gregor help me out because it's for the cause. If he'd be willing to help out with a borrowed die or two, maybe,
Does Lahiris have city circles yet? Like either a city-based life path or a trait that allows her to circle in a city?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
It's all like
I can't help with circles.
No.
Maybe there's a big spider.
No. I was gonna say, like, finding a place that sells the proper equipment. Like, yes, that's not difficult at all. Like,
No, that's what I was asking to see how she could help me in return, but that's okay.
I mean, it's not a particularly expensive endeavor. There's plenty of places that are absolutely willing to sell it to you for. Barely a handful of silvers. It's an Obtu test, Obtu resources.
okay.
If you fail, then you'll be taxed, but you'll get the the equipment.
Gift of kindness.
Gift of kindness, but it's going to be like you can only afford so much, so you have the minimum.
For one test.
Yeah.
Ooh. What's your resources, Lahiris?
Oh, one.
I'll get it for you.
Would you like help?
I
Would you like to help me?
Would you
Pitch
like
in a few
spider
cards,
help?
I'll get it.
how about Gregor does it and I help because that might be wiser. Is that something that we would be willing to do, Gregor, or is that something I have to do?
I feel like this is something that you need to do. Like, are you going to be like,
Okay.
could you buy this for me?
I could maybe ask for help from my buddies here.
Yeah, you can absolutely ask for, have help doing it.
Yeah,
You could even ask somebody to try and make a full-on cash loan if they want to be protected from the from any tax for helping and then failing. Like that's
I will help and fail. I'm a spider. I'm helpful. I have beliefs.
I was gonna scrounge up some extra coin. If I have some older, not as awesome equipment I was working on when I was practicing making the other stuff, sell some of that just for a little bit of money. Just kind of go through what I got.
Yeah, you
to scrounge up like a D of cash for him.
Yeah, that would be an Ob2 test, and then
Just loan me a die or something, or
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, because then he can just hand it to you in cash, and then.
Oh God.
Oh, you didn't let me help?
No. I'm coming up with a D of cash for him. I'm scrounging.
Okay.
So now you just have. I just give you a bag of coins, man.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
You don't owe me for this one either.
Like you just gather up some like odds and ends that you don't need anymore, and sell them off while you're at the market, and then come back and be like, here you go.
Also, you are now, if you use that, you're now protected from 1 point of tax.
Oh, cool. All right,
So
so
if you fail by
Pell,
one or less-
you're going to help on this at least, Pell.
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna help
Gregor-
you. Here's my die.
So basically,
he's like, I'll be right back, and he like scuttles into the back, and he comes out with like a little web-covered like pouch of some random assorted coins.
maybe feathers in it too. I'd be like, oh. Okay, so basically, I have 2 helping die, but Gregor's not on the hook for it.
Right. Yeah. Gregor's not on the hook for it. When you spend the cash, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's liquid. It lasts for exactly 1 test, depending on how.
But you're also protected from 1 point of tax.
That's actually only a torchbearer rule.
Is that? I thought that was a burning wheel rule.
Nope. Burning wheel. It's based on your taxes based on what level of test it is. Routine, the character loses 1
Taxes,
die.
schmaxes. I'll
If it
be
was
fine.
difficult, it's 2. If it was challenging, it's margin of failure.
And it was Ob 2, you said?
It is Ob2.
All right. Ding a ling.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. So the 2 of you both get to log an Ob2 test.
Which is difficult for me.
Yep. Routine.
It's challenging. Yeah, it's a challenging for me.
It's a challenge. It's challenging. I don't need any more challenging resources. I don't know how
routine.
to get.
It's routine for you. It says there, right there.
Yeah.
3 dice versus Ob2.
I get challenging though, because
Yeah, because he was helping
money.
because he's got
Oh yeah.
1D versus Ob2.
That's right.
So you actually exceeded your obstacle. So
Yes.
So like when you come out of it, you've actually got like you managed to score a really good deal on on the stuff you need. There's some extras. It's
I can make it nice and epic, like, because I have more.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
and now you have some room to make mistakes, which
Yes.
is really what you did not have before. So because you exceeded your obstacle, you actually get a +1 to the +1 bonus die advantage to the composition test.
Okay.
I was thinking of funds, Sean. That's the next thing other than cash. Funds.
Yes, funds, because funds don't deplete the same way cash does.
Only
Yeah.
if it's taxed, then it comes to the fund.
Right. Yeah. Yes, that's the way that works.
I gotta find a bank and set up a fund for Lahira's because she's Pope.
That's right. Or go
need it.
kill a dragon.
I need a trust
Yep,
fund.
that'll work.
Let's do that. We've killed demons. We can do dragons. That'll be fun.
Dragon treasure counts as a fund.
All you need is one persona, a gray shade sword, ding ding ding, and a bloody and a versus test.
And
Don't
hope.
take it to fight. Do a versus test and hope.
Yeah, I'm not making the same mistakes I did.
What?
Guys, you fucked up the multiverse. I'm not making that mistake.
That's right.
You set the cosmic wheel kinda on fire.
Yeah, but we've got a pretty sword, so it's neat.
So
Yeah, and a rundown house and a new roommate. How'd that work out for you?
nice.
Sigil sitcom is what we are.
How would you think of this as a simple piece or something more complicated?
It's as complicated as you can get with a voice and a flute, not at the same time.
I think you want to keep it elegant but simple because you want
Yeah.
it to be stuck in people's heads.
Yeah,
to
something
have
that they can hum, you know?
Is it the double mint gum of
Yes,
salt?
yes, yes.
Actually, for some reason, the first thing that popped into my head is now I want this to be Shamsiel's hymn. Bum 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 bum.
But yeah,
I don't know
it's not going to be complex because it's not like a multi-harmony type thing because it's just me or a flute.
Okay. We'll
So
say
it's a tune.
this is ob 3.
Okay.
So if you fail, then the yeah, obviously like your voice, even diminished as it is from your injuries, and you know the capabilities of your flute, but getting the flute to match that sound that's already that's already in your head is difficult because of the way the physical construction of the flute, the timbre's just wrong, and it's not the note that's elusive, it's the tone. And so if you fail, that's actually going to come through in the performance of the piece.
So is this the actual performance,
Nope,
not the writing of it?
This is the composition. But
Okay,
since it's a link test, the resources test was linked to the composition.
Yes.
The composition is linked to the performance.
Okay.
So he gets +1. If he gets +1, then if it was link test, he gets +1 because he beat the
Yes.
first odd.
Yep.
Because I have good quality paper,
Yes.
parchment. Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
so you're saying ob 3 then?
Yep,
Because
it's-
just the difficulty and the complexity.
Yes. So it's ob 3, but you get an advantage die from having for having some wiggle room with regard to materials. At the end of the test, you still need to roll a die of fate and if it comes up as a 1, then the toolkit is expended.
Okay.
That's
Gregor
kind of to.
Gregor also suggests that your song, whatever you choose for lyrics, that the rhythm and meaning and rhyme or whatever, because I don't know music, dumb music stuff, but that it'll work just as well in common, because the majority of people out there are humans, and you'll want humans. We need numbers. We need the humans to come to Shamsiel.
It can be kind of like,
Because
I guess, the Bonanza theme song, and then someone can like put common words to the Bonanza theme song and sing along with it, even though there's no real words to it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of humans that don't like elves, and the elvish words might turn them off to Shamsiel's message.
Fine. Yeah, I mean, I can do that. All right, so one of the things I am going to fork in, since I'm basing this on music composition.
Okay.
Because I'm singing and playing a flute, I bet I could fork in singing and flute.
All right.
Which that makes sense. What's the skill level for 2 when you're forking?
For 2, it's 1 die.
Or I mean
no.
for 2 dice.
5 for
7 for forking. It's 7 and up.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 7 for
help.
fork, 5 for help.
Okay.
Because it's hard to give yourself 2. It's easier to give others.
Okay, that's what I figured. Okay, so I got the link test, singing, flute. Let me see.
What's your composition?
The composition is 3.
Okay.
Um,
6 dice to ob 3 right now.
What's that?
6 dice to ob 3 right now.
Yep. And
I don't think I have anything that can help you, unfortunately.
and
I have something that can help you.
Oh yeah.
Astrology.
How is astrology helping?
So
There's
being a
there's no stars in Sigil.
I thought you said that there was
No,
like
there
there's
is.
flow,
Yeah, there's
stuff in the sky.
Yeah. When you
In
look
other
up, you
parts
see
of
the
the
rest
plains.
of the city.
In other parts of the plains, we've seen stars, Sam, but not in Sigil.
Yeah.
The only other place that has starlight is in Lahiris's room, because I made her the
Oh,
illuminated
I would love. It doesn't fly to say from the way that they were randomly assigned up there. I see portents in it of your future.
No, not with astrology.
Oh, that sucks. I think that's all I have that can help.
If you had something like omens wise, then maybe.
No, but
Actually,
I can. When we get to the performance, I can use lariat to rope people in.
Jesus.
Sean, can I help with Imperialia and talk to him about what kind of powers and things that maybe Shamsiel has done with my knowledge of the angels because of Imperialia?
Sure.
Okay, you have my Imperialia.
I would love to help, but I can't.
I'm thinking, because I'm trying to persuade people to
not in the composition.
Not in composition.
No.
So maybe in the performance.
Maybe, but it's gonna be tough. You're not really persuading them. Like you're.
Okay. I'm more telling a story instead of persuading. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I am going to, because of the way that I write, it's going to be flowing and lyrical because of the Elven script that I use.
Working Elven script?
Yes. The way that I write this composition, I have beautiful writing, therefore beautiful composition.
I think that's a stretch.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
yeah,
I think you're looking pretty
because
good.
it's not about legibility or being able to compose a letter. It's a different kind of composition that we're talking.
You got 7 dice against Ob 3. You're looking pretty good.
How about brawling? I'll
No,
just punch.
jeez, no, stop,
Oh,
stop.
Okay. Fine. I'm trying to get myself all the help I can get because I'm just a little elf. All right. So, because I want to do an Aristea too during the performance of it to just get people in. But I'm not going to use that during the composition of it. Therefore, I have just
We're gonna
enough
get Gray
persona
Shade followers
to
when
do
Gray
that.
Shade sings.
What's that?
So we're gonna get Gray Shade followers when you Gray Shade sing.
I don't think that's how that works.
He's creating something with Gray Shade. I don't know.
Yeah.
Actually, if you Gray Shaded the composition, you'd probably get like +2 dice when using perform based off that composition, or something like that.
Yeah, I guess.
But
Yeah,
I wouldn't worry about.
things
wouldn't
like
do
that
that.
don't really have a shade though. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, my ultimate goal is to get the most people worshiping Shamsil as I can.
right.
And so I'm trying to think, like, what's the best way to do it? Doing this for the composition, or like, yeah, I don't know.
Increase your cult from a cult of 2 to a cult of greater than
We're
2.
gonna get one. We're gonna get one weird, creepy.
There are dozens
He's
of
gonna
us.
follow us around, be the groupie, and just. Oh my God, Delilah, what's going on? Dogs are barking outside, so she has to go outside because they could be her best friends in the world.
Okay. Maybe I'll think of another better time to use Aristea. Maybe this isn't the best time to do that. So I'm going to spend a persona
Okay.
just to kick it up a notch again. And what do we say the base level was 3?
Yep, the Ob is 3.
All right. Drum roll.
Oh,
Jeez.
Yes.
open that 6 for a chance to get a +1
I'm
on
going-
performance later.
I'm going to open that single 6 up.
All right.
It's-
Oh,
not enough. Not enough.
Success.
But it's not a failure.
I did it.
You did. And I imagine this takes some time. Like, I don't
Oh yeah,
I don't know how
I've
much
got
music
got
composition
time.
you've done. Yeah, you're an elf. You have nothing but time.
I can't work quickly.
Oh, that's right, because you're an elf. You cannot work
Yeah.
quickly. But yeah, at the end of maybe
Months.
yeah, sure, couple months, like of writing and playing and tweaking, you come out with something that is acceptable, more than acceptable. It's
so did we just bro it out while he went all Prince and was in the
Above
studio?
adequate. Yeah, pretty much. I notice that his room is purple.
Little red carpet.
Raspberry beret.
God. Too soon. Don't make the
Not
man
soon
roll
enough.
over in his grave.
All right. Yeah, this song, this composition is titled Shamsil Triumphant.
Shamsil Triumphant. Nice. Cool. Well, before we go any farther, go ahead and roll 1d6.
Yes.
If it comes up a 1, then your toolkit is expended. Otherwise, you have composition toolkit.
Oh,
All right.
Oh, you're good. That's something you actually get to put and leave on your sheet. What's that?
What?
I ran out of everything making the sword. I just rolled a
Oh,
one.
yes, you did. Yes,
No.
you did. No more smithing for the smith until that's taken care of. So I guess the last bit of this is to actually go out and perform the piece. Yes.
Yes.
Could I, real quick, while he's spending a couple months composing this, could I have feasibly gone out and restocked my forge?
Sure. You want to make?
We can do
I
more
was
than
also
one
going
thing
to
at a
do some
time.
people hunting, but that could just be, yeah.
Wait, you're what?
I was going to go do some people hunting, but that would just be like a circles roll that I could come up with later. But I don't know.
I would love to help you with that. I would love to while we're talking, while you're doing your like resources and stuff, he just goes along with you, and I want to try and get you to talk about your wife. Like he's just a chatterbox. He's just like, so you're looking for your daughter. You told me all about her. What about your wife? Tell me about your wife.
Not much to say, really.
What's her name?
She's tending to the forge while I'm out finding Ilsa. All right.
So restocking your smithing equipment is ob 3.
All right. Hey,
Yes, Gregor.
you don't have to, but if you'd like to pitch in for a little bit for some of the supplies, I'll make you some cool stuff in the forge.
If you tell me more about your wife and your home, I would be happy to.
Deal.
I will. Here's my resource die to help.
Ob 3?
Yes, it is ob 3.
Oh, look at you!
Oh, perfect. Nice. Yes, exactly what you needed.
So if that's an ob 3, is that a second challenging for me if I have a 1 resources?
Yes, it is.
Ah, damn it!
What you need to do is you need to make a roll for something small, and we give you all the helping dice.
I don't have money. I have money. So like while he's like he scuttles into the back and he brings out like a satchel, like a satchel that a person would have, and it has there's coins and like a scrap of paper and a broken pen in it. And he's like, he just brings it out and hands it to you as like we're walking along.
Nice.
Well, now I gotta look up names for my fucking wife.
So like while you guys are out like making and Laharis is sequestered in the villa, scribbling musical notes furiously. One sec.
And then Sam, he'll tell you her name is Gertrude.
Is it Gertrude? What? Gertrude? Oh, Gertrude. Ah, lovely. A lovely name. What does it mean in your language? Is it simply a name? Does it have a deeper meaning?
It means Gertrude. You ask many questions. What's your wife's name?
Names are fun. Names are very funny things. They sometimes hold much meaning. It's very different. I've been all over, and there's so many different cultures, different things. Names can be descriptors. Names can be acts. They can be conquests. They can be so many different things.
And what's your wife's name?
That's not important. But what is important is that you have the supplies for your forge. That's wonderful.
Yes.
If you'd like, I'll help you carry them back.
How much extra weight could you carry? He kind of like pokes your side a little bit gently. Like, I wonder if I could make you barding or something.
I don't think that'll be necessary. Because he's like you poke him and he's hardish.
He's kitness? Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's chitinous, which I did not know is pronounced that until like now.
Whatever.
Turns out
I'll
that's
say
how
kitness.
it's pronounced.
I can't anyway.
It's not. I always get it backwards.
I love you.
Oh, what'd you do?
So while you guys are out, sort of wandering about the city together,
Except for me.
except for Lahiris. How many successes did I get? 1, 2,
It's
3,
like 4.
4. Why don't you guys make me an 4 observation test?
Ooh, I love that you say that because I think I get perception. Is someone trying to hide from me?
Yes-ish. Not exactly.
So they're trying to let me see the because I have spider senses.
You have Spidey sense.
I do. I have spider sense. It's a die trait. If it's for the purpose of assessing or detecting movement, detecting sound, or sensing air currents or vibrations, which includes people walking, birds flying, and beasts breathing. It also counts as observation for detecting stealthy characters.
Okay. Yep. That absolutely applies.
So it's perception, and I have +1 die.
In fact, I think Polonius should probably be making this test.
Ooh,
Although,
and I get help?
Gregor, you're welcome to help if you would like with observation.
Okay. Give yourself. I don't have observation.
Oh, okay.
So he can help with perception?
Nope. Because this is not a stat test.
It's probably going after. It's probably for Pell to observe anyway. So.
Yes.
What is my obstacle?
Your ob is
4?
4.
4. Ah, curses.
Yes.
And it's a freaking routine test too. That sucks.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. Don't notice whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Like there's that sort of brief feeling of like something.
Is because I have 360-degree vision. Is there a advantage die in that, or is that counted with my spider sense?
I think that's counted with your spider senses.
Okay.
Yeah.
They tingle.
your spidey senses tingle. Yeah, it's that brief that sense that someone's watching you. But when you go to look, like you don't see anybody, and you're in the market of Sigil, so it's already a freaking just teeming throng of people like shoving their way through crowded stalls while Gregor kind of makes deals and chats idly with you about his wife.
This is also one of the places. I'm guessing we're in the lower wards, so like I'm chatting with some of the artisans that I know with my affiliation and stuff. So
right. Cool. Yeah. So eventually you guys kind of get restocked and resettled. Lahiris finishes her composition. Where do you go when to sort of make this last bit of the journey for gaining followers.
We need to go where the people are, obviously. So, the market.
To market, back to the markets.
Yes, and I'm gonna have Gregor and Pell with me because I need Gregor's sword. As
Greg goes, what? What do you need my sword for?
well, you need to unsheath your sword, Shing! And then show everyone the glowing sword, and it's just beautiful and all that kind of stuff. While I start the song, basically, you don't have to do anything except go. Shing.
But it's for killing. It's for killing wrongdoers. It's not for elvish songs. He grumps.
Just go along with this, Gregor. You'll see.
It has to do with the little bit that I've managed to glean. I saw an S on one of the papers, so I'm going to make a leap of logic and say that may be about Shamshield. And I'm in full support of this.
All right.
You
I'll take my regular iron longsword that I made way back in the day, and I will thoroughly, with many straps, strap Retribution's hand to my back.
All right. So
the palm with the shoulder over the pommels over the shoulder kind of thing.
and I find like an apple crate or whatever fruit crate and stand up on that.
yeah. So you go. You make your way to the market ward. The at least one of the busiest sections of the city. You can hear people shouting in all sort of different languages as people hawk their wares. In fact, as you guys are as the three of you are sort of shoving your way through, like people are like, you guys all been to Vegas?
Yeah.
You know the
flyers in your faces.
yeah they're just out there like shoving
Yes.
like
Oh God.
scraps of parchment.
You just don't make eye contact. Hey, hot girls to you in 30 minutes or less.
Mm-hmm.
I did pick up on that part.
Yeah, but like everywhere it's barkers and hawkers and just all sorts of people shouting. You can hear arguments over prices kind of at the corner, or in the corner stalls and whatnot. But you eventually you kind of find a reasonably empty space that you can
set up my tiny stage.
yeah.
Your little soapbox in.
Mm-hmm.
And bring the hope of Shamshield to the people, Lahiris.
I have my flute in my hand. Okay. All right. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather.
God.
Lion face, lemon face, lion face.
Please do not make me have high school theater flashbacks.
Okay, so the main skill that I'm going to use is flute.
Before he does that, while he's setting up, Gregor is going to start shouting to the crowd to start gathering around to hear the first hymn of Shamsil, the bringer of salvation for those who have been wronged.
Okay.
He's gonna be barking out that this new and up and coming deity is there through his song and through his emissary, and I point to myself with my big sword to help right the
Jeez.
wrongs that have been done to you. I'm also trying to kind of advertise myself a little bit.
Are you Jesusing yourself? All right.
Yeah, so I'm
Okay. Okay. So, what happens if this fails, John?
Hang on. Let's.
Like, okay. I guess first, like, what do we want to have happen? I want enough followers that Shamsiel notices.
something that
it helps
takes his
him.
little divinity a little bit. He's like, oh hey.
Yeah, it's like,
Okay, so like you want people to be like legit, starting to flock to the belief, right?
Yeah.
All right.
or at least be curious and be like, tell me more. And
May I say I have I have a possibly fun failure consequence if you don't mind.
Okay, hang on. So you're trying to gather followers to an unknown god in a busy place where people are there for a wholly different reason. I'm going to say the Ob is 5.
fair, all right.
If you fail, so if you fail, then somebody from from Mount Celestia, like, because there's just there's literally those dog-headed dudes that you guys killed.
Hound Archons.
Yeah, the Archons, those guys shop here too.
Oh,
Getting
man.
some keys.
That's hot. That's so good.
Okay.
Yeah, so as you sing of the deeds of Shamsiel, somebody will be hearing about the deeds of Shamsiel.
We'll still get followers, but
maybe not followers.
So, Sean, can
Yeah.
I help with one of my web weirds? One of my spider spells?
What spell is it?
I have weird strands. A web weird may control web strands as if they were his own limbs. So I can, like, if we have little signs or to like call people in, like I have these like little things that like move around the crowd that like get.
you're gonna be a
people's attention.
sign spinner.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Cash for gold, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you can tax it or cast it rather than.
How would it work? Because it's a spell. It works just like human sorcery.
Just like human sorcery. Yeah, I would.
Would it test as a linked? Because it feels like a
Yes.
link to me. Like if I fail, I may succeed, but it creeps people out that there's like webs that are like, hey, come here and learn about this angel.
Yeah, yeah. I think that seems right. Is that this
So
is
you
another
helped.
test that would link into this one rather than be help.
Okay.
Webs of great spiders.
It's page 177.
And you helped so much with the feather earlier too.
Yeah. Oh, I did so great. It was awesome. I'm not even getting indigestion from it.
You're like the Spider Steve Urkel. Okay.
Weird strands. That's an Ob 4 test.
Yep.
What's your skill level?
My skills is 7,
Okay, good. I'm just like,
and I'd like to fork Weirding Way,
Okay.
which is the symbology of weirding.
Yep.
I
Absolutely.
would also like to use Webwise because it is a web.
It is a web.
I would also like to use Spiderwise because Spiderwise doesn't really make sense.
No.
I would say Arachnid Philosophy. Let me find the skill so I can pitch it.
No, I think.
It's luring people in.
oh jeez.
There are certain movements that attract the eye. After accumulating so many secrets, so much knowledge, and so much power, Masters of Eight spend long days, months, or even years contemplating what they have learned and formulating an overarching philosophy to encompass it all.
Yeah, but
It's an
that's
academic skill.
Yeah, it's a like. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's philosophy. It's why are we here? Like
It's not waving signs.
No.
You could write a paper about the best signs to make, but you wouldn't. Is it more of an academic instead of
Yeah,
practical?
no.
Or?
This is. Yeah, it's. You'd be like, let me tell you about spider epistemology.
Not relevant.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Right.
You could easily be the Bertrand Russell of spiders.
Hey, I'm aiming for the Hemingway of spiders. right, drunk, get it sober.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
so
don't want to go the Hemingway. It's a shotgun to the face.
Yes.
we all got to go sometime, Red.
That's right.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, Ob 4.
Fucking bam.
Oh damn! Yes, absolutely.
Now it looks like it auto rolled all my shit already.
Yeah.
It already open ended it, so
Yep.
that's it.
Yep. So that's.
I got it
is-
open-ended.
I want
All
to
right.
to re-roll one of those.
I wouldn't get double my ob, and that's what it takes to get 2 + 2 dice. So-
Unless it's another 6.
Huh?
Unless it's another 6.
I don't have that much Archer right now. I'm gonna hold off. I got what I wanted.
Believe in yourself, pal.
Oh,
Yeah.
he believes in part of himself.
and when you
He succeeded well enough to make dancing spider webs not creep people out.
that's right.
Right, hooray!
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not asking for much here. All right.
Okay. So yeah, that's a bonus die from that.
All right.
I have to roll tax.
Oh yes, go ahead and make your tax roll. It's an optional fort test.
Oh, ouch!
So you're
I'm down
down
2 points of fort, but I'm still up.
I kind of wore you out.
All right.
You're
Well,
sweating. You're sweating, spider sweat. while you're doing it.
I think this is very, very, very important. I'm going to base my performance on the flute,
Okay.
and I'm going to spend a deeds on it.
Wow.
All right. So you're gonna
Two.
double your skill.
Yes, I have original base skill of 5. So,
So that's gonna be 10 dice.
yep. So let me see.
So that's 10 dice. 11 dice with Pell's.
Yes, let me see what I can fork in. Gregor, you're helping with the sword, right?
I don't know if that'll give help or not.
Will that? Or is that
Uh,
already considered in the composition, or I don't know?
Maybe,
No, that was
I don't
that was
know.
part of your composition. If he's,
Yeah.
I was gonna say if there was something that he had, like there's no
stoic. Look good.
there's no
Okay.
no skill conspicuous you could help with, but I don't
I
know.
don't
if-
have that.
Yeah, he's got
Well-
conspicuous.
That's the thing. Like, I'm going to fork in conspicuous. I want to be heard over everyone else. I want people to turn their heads at me.
That's 12 dice so far.
Yes. So I got yes, basically yeah. Okay, I'm just keeping count. All right. Since I'm using flute, I'm gonna fork in oratory
Okay.
because I'm just going to like the singing parts are going to be, convincing folks. Well, that's more persuasion, but I'm just gonna oratize. However, I want to say that.
You want to tell a story about how
Yes,
Shanty
yeah.
helped us
Well,
in the
a
waste
man named
of
Jed.
questions?
Orate between sets.
Yep. Yes. I guess sing. Work
Right.
that in. Yeah. Um, what else do I have?
Don't try to work in everything. Just work
I
in
know.
what makes sense.
Yes. Yeah, I'm like, I could use knives, but that'd be kind of creepy too. All right, so.
I cut myself and be like, I bleed for you.
Okay. All right, so that's that. Hard time gives me that. And it's a base of 5.
I believe in you. Oh yeah.
9 successes
Mm.
on 14
You
dice.
got
Nice.
You got 2 6s to
I
bring.
think I might open in that because I want to just
Hey Freddie, did you work patiently on this?
work patiently.
Yes. So like
Like,
your bonus successes could do something cool, like get more followers or something.
I sing tons of songs. Let me see here. Okay, so with the extra successes, well, let me first. I'm all over the place here. 1 second. Yeah, I'm spending a fate to open in that because I just want to just hoard everything.
Just blow it out of the water.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's 2 more. 9, 10, 11, 12.
All right.
12 successes
Double the ob.
on Ob 5.
So it starts with Gregor, of course, drawing the sword, and there's the ring, and he'll hold it out until it's done ringing, and then he'll tip down and plant it in front of him, and just kind of stand there like a vigil.
And it sounds like it's still ringing, but that's the flute playing, and it's this haunting melody, and it grows, and you can just feel the emotion of like salvation and need and want and forgiveness. And then I sing, and within it there's verses about Katsuo in there, being a martyr. I guess Gregor, you're kind of the spokesman or something, and we look at you and your gleaming sword. And so, like, look at this guy. He's sword Jesus. And then, and it just goes on, and I see people just gathering around, and there's the dancing spider web signs everywhere that people are okay with
giant arrows
somehow.
Yeah. And on top, like as you sing and like people start gathering, and they at first it's just a few, and then more show up, like people just you're kind of in this just like wide intersection between market stalls, right? And like before you know it, people are packing in, like crowding the walkways, between between these stalls, and you just barely over the sound of your voice and flute. You can hear angry shouts from the vendors as they're quickly shouted down by people who are listening. You can see people like the ones that have crowded towards the front are wrapped, and they've got like tears in their eyes, because if there's one thing that everybody in the plains knows is vengeance and justice are things that come few and far between.
Mhm.
Unless you're fortunate enough to exist in a plane where, you know,
That's
one
called
of,
core concept of the plane.
yeah. Well, and even then, it's not quite the same thing, right? Like perfect justice is not quite the same as fairness, uh, and yeah, like they're before you know it, like you finish your piece, and probably the first 3 or 4 rows of listeners have like they're on their knees in the mud, you know, kind of not exactly wailing, but like you realize that these are, you know, if these are people looking for a path, and you have given it to them.
I step down from my soapbox and walk amongst the crowd and touch them on their foreheads as they weep, kneeling.
Nice. And like as you go around being all beatific and and bestowing blessings in Shamsil's name, like there's a point when the hardheads, uh, the what is it, the Mercy Killers, I think, who sort of act as they're a philosophical faction, but they are the de facto sort of police of Sigil. Uh, like finally, like managed to push their way through. Not, with a minimum amount of violence, right? Like they're just, you know, kind of shoving people out of the way, because at this point you've created a huge traffic jam. Uh, like there's the three of you kind of in the center uh, of this chaos with freaking dancing spider webs, uh, kind of all over the place, and people like packed in to try and hear, and finally, the cops show up because you've disrupted trade. Uh, but as they like start forcing people to disperse, like it clears up, but people continue to follow you. So where are you going? What do you
Oh
do
shit!
now?
What do I do now?
Hold one shoe above your head. He is the Messiah.
I turn to them.
I have his gourd.
I turn to them. Go and tell everyone what you've heard today. I will be back next week here.
Uh, yeah, and like men, women, like some of them human, some of them very much not. All like they kind of they're like reaching past each other to like, uh, just just brush their hands against your garments or spindly legs or armor.
Oh fuck, man! God damn it! I just realized what I did.
Well,
This is awesome.
What is going on, Sean?
Oh, hi, Sam. I'm glad to have brought you into this.
Man, I'm not staying under the spotlight at all. Oops.
Sean, while he was singing, I wanted to look for someone who wasn't just crying, but like had a determined look in their eyes, something I could have recognized in myself. Like try to spot someone who like recognizes that vengeance or justice is something they need. Because I'm trying to get someone so I'd be like, look, I can tell you've been wronged. Let's let Shamsiel's justice help you.
I'll 3 perception test because it's not just you need to fight. Like everybody is obviously here wrapped.
Yeah.
You know, you need to find somebody who's a true example, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you succeed, then you absolutely find them. I know. I imagine you were probably searching while the singing was going on.
Yeah, I'm scanning the crowd. I'm standing with my vigil,
Right.
kind of scanning around.
Right. But like as you guys are finishing up, some of these people are still following you. So.
Yeah. And it's basically at that moment, like the people that are still following me, I was gonna reach out and be like, "You come with us."
Right.
But I'll make my roll first. What if I fail?
So if you fail, as you spot them and as you go to bring them up, to sort of make the example of the faithful, of them, that's right when one of the mercy killers comes to breaking up the crowd and just like fucking shoves the dude, like grabs him and pulls him like as you're reaching.
Is there
your
a
hand
penalty
after
for
him.
not killing, but for brawling with the mercy killers? Is there a penalty? There's something bad that happens.
Probably.
Okay.
They're not called the mercy
Mercy
bruisers.
huggers.
The mercy huggers.
Are you
What's that?
waiting?
As
Is
this is
that-
happening, by the way,
You're in.
Sam, your voice is cutting out.
Oh, it's cutting.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now- Are you trying to persuade this dude? I missed that. Like to get the dude to follow you.
No, there are just a bunch of people following us. I want to find a dude who I can tell has been wronged, and I just want to reach. So it's a perception to notice a person's been wronged.
I can't really help you with that
Yeah.
because I don't know. Like, if you ask for help, I can. But
Well, I would lean in like once the thing is done, and I'd be like, "Did you notice anybody, Lahiris, who was particularly moved by your?" Kind of under my breath,
A few rows of them, yeah.
anyone in particular who looked like they had known the need for justice on a very deep personal level. AKA, I'm asking for perception help.
I was busy singing, so I don't know if I could help with that. But I mean, if it's like after the fact,
Yeah, this
then
is-
perhaps.
That's fine. I will go ahead and roll.
I will help. I have a 6 perception, so you get 2 dice.
Like, is this after the song?
Yeah, this is like
Oh, yeah,
as
I
you
can-
guys are kind of moving away.
Okay, I can help you with this then too. You can.
Yeah.
I can give you 2 dice as well. I have a 6 perception too.
What did I say? It was on 3?
Yeah.
Nice.
Holy balls!
And then like I point. Is it man or woman?
It's you can't really tell.
Okay, I point to the creature
Yeah.
and I say
it's-
you.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
go
it's a it's a Githzerai, and you're just like not quite sure. It's hard to tell. It's he or she is clean shaven.
I know that if you get a gift to worship a god, that's a pretty big thing. So all right, I point. I say you.
Yeah,
You are
and
one who needs justice.
they kind of uh, look at at their fellows, and then it's like B.
Yes, you. Yes, you. You.
uh, and they kind of step forward, uh, unsure and a little shaky.
What happened that you do not have justice for?
uh, and they like tears start welling up in their eyes, uh, and they say we our settlement was attacked. My son, he he pushed me through the gate uh, as the the Githyanki descended on my home. I didn't hear for months. No matter how much I tried to find out what happened, but
And who was which? What is the name of the fiend who led this attack?
God damn it! Now you're making me find names.
Oh no, no!
Because I don't want to
you
fight all the
told us.
Githyanki. I just want to kill one Githyanki to prove a point.
Just carve it up.
So I guess while we're looking at this, the extra successes I have, I want them all to go to increased number of followers. If that hasn't already happened, just
Oh yeah, no. There's there's a
the most.
Sangre.
Can you spell that for me?
Sangrey.
The Githyanki Raider. Okay.
Yes.
And what I do is I pull off my gauntlet and reveal from like mid forearm down my burnt arm. And I say this mark was given to me when I touched Shamsiel's holy sword itself, and I show the symbol on my hand, and I say I swear on his name and his and who he is, and I hold up the symbol. I say I swear on Shamsiel that Sangre, this wretched raider, will harm no more settlements, and I will bring you his head.
Yeah, and now that they're closer, you can see that that this is a woman, a somewhat elderly woman, and like she just kind of falls to her knees in the muck, like hanging onto your hand, and you can feel her tears like running down the scars across the back of your hand as she thanks you.
Okay. And I won't pull away. I'll let her finish and release when she's ready.
Yeah, like eventually, like it's not even that she's finished. She just kind of goes limp, and some of the other people there like pick her up, pick her up off the ground and carry her not away, but like sort of get her to a safer space. Sorry, make a note here.
That you've named somebody Sangray. It's Yankee Raider.
Yeah, so like they don't really like what do you guys do? Because they don't leave you alone, right? Like they just like as you either move of your own volition or like the crowd presses you forward or
We can go back to the manor and just
mercy killers kind of like
carefully close ourselves in the gate.
yeah you guys head back to the to the villa and like yeah the crowd follows.
Huh.
Which ward was the villa in? I'm just curious. Was it?
I don't know.
I don't think we ever really established it, did we?
If we did, I don't remember.
All my stuff was in the lower ward. I don't know where his stuff was.
Oh. Yeah, I think probably in the lower ward. That's appropriate. Yeah, so of course the crowd not quite as large because there's always the people at the back who were like, "What's going on?" And they aren't really the believing type. But it's not a small crowd out there that are like once you're kind of in and locked, you've settled yourselves. And they're kind of like setting up camp out there, as things go.
I don't see how anything could go wrong.
It's getting on toward night as much night as there is in the cage. When you finally arrive back home.
I, to put them to sleep.
You're gonna sing him a lullaby.
I don't have a lullaby. That's too bad.
That is kind of scary because the only Elven songs that have lullaby in the title, I think, are songs of spite. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't want to do a lullaby. Just for, I'll do the little standby song of merriment. I'll just let them go to bed happy. And I just for flavor. Elf song.
Hang on. Shit. Look something up real quick.
Okay. Kind of lean over to Gregor. I think it worked.
Hopefully, Shamsil has what he needs to start gaining power.
All right. So Lahiris, you go out to sing the song of merriment. Gregor and Pell.
Yep.
What are you guys doing?
Oh,
Did this backfire, Pell?
a little bit. I shouldn't have helped. I helped, but I shouldn't have helped. I guess so Gregor, when are we going to help that being with its
Whatever it is.
needs?
Hopefully, as soon as possible to cement at least one follower's belief. But there's someone I need to talk to, and there's someone I don't think you've met yet that I need to get a hold of.
Ew.
And I actually go like this.
Oh, I can't see. Like he'll come up close and he'll use one of his feet. He's like, I don't know what that means.
It's symbol for Shamsil.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna try to get a messenger to let him know to come here because I have finished something he tasked me with. Unless hey Shamsil, I pray I finished your sword. You want to come talk now? Yeah.
There's nothing. So
He still needs a little more power.
I've learned a little bit about this. Wouldn't it be very hard for him to come here? What with it being the city of doors with the very scary lady?
He's not actually a god yet. We're working on getting him a promotion.
Motion. So as you guys step in the house, make me an observation test.
Hooray.
Ob 4.
I can't.
If you
Can I try?
you can.
Try?
You can
Just all of
absolutely
us?
try. No, you're out there singing. They're
Oh,
like
that's right.
walking back, chatting about Shamsil and whatnot. It's an Ob 4 observation test. If you so yeah, the 2 is not going to do it.
Wow.
Did both of you get 2s?
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, that is so good. I'm
No,
just terrible.
Is 6 is I gotta see if 4 to 6 is routine or not. Because if it's routine, I get an observation test at least.
Yeah, wouldn't I get it counts as observation, but I'm not rolling. I'm not. Yeah, it doesn't count as a test for me. It counts as perception
Right.
because I'm using perception as observation for this case
Yes.
because the trait breaks the rules.
Yep, 4. So I get an observation test.
Nice.
Hooray!
Because then I wouldn't have gotten a Okay, so I just walk in and I'm talking. I was like, I need to find. There's a spot. I go outside the city.
I've got this feeling.
Summoning.
City, yeah. We could. I'm starting to get paranoid. I'm like,
Don't
So
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
So as you're stepping through, sorry, I'm looking up the rules for this. Oh, that's how that works. Okay. So like as you guys are stepping, like you open the door and you guys are chatting about Shamsil and Lahiris is outside singing the Song of Merriment, which you know pretty well at this point, as you step into the darkened house at this point, paying no attention, and then you suddenly feel like you step and something feels odd, and then you, like, both of you feel like the floor, not the floor, but like something grabbing you and yanking you,
Something sticky?
yeah, off your feet.
No.
Yep. So go ahead and make up for speed tests. If you have any bonuses, because this is a spidery webs.
I think yes. I think I do get bonuses. I think. That's a
No
bummer.
sixes. But I get a difficult speed test.
You get a difficult speed test and a 1-die lock. As like you feel this like sticky noose wrap up around your legs and just yank you like yank you down and like drags you part way into the floor, like across the floor. And like your legs are all kind of stuck together. From the position on your back, you can see that one of the rear windows is broken in, letting a little bit of light in, which lets you see the it's dim, because who wants to leave candles burning in like wooden houses when you're not there?
Candles are
Do we
expensive.
see what's dragging us towards it?
You can just see this like this sort of like maybe dog-sized or slightly taller.
I think all I get is speed.
I go, Pal, is this one of your cousins?
No. And it's
Middling
ob4?
stature. So yeah, up 4.
No.
Oh.
I am not good at this.
Yeah. So both of you are effectively in a 1-die lock, from the spider snares, and then you hear this like this weird, like half clicking, half hiss sound, coming from the dark, and at first, Gregor, you can't tell what it is, but Pell, you automatic, like, you know right off the bat.
I know the language.
That's derisive spider laughter.
I'm drawing my regular not true silver iron longsword.
You're starting to
Yeah.
to
Now, it's sticky, but is it still kind of just like a lasso around my feet?
it's kind of around your feet and legs. The way that spider snares work is they're ob4, and each if you beat it by, like, if you meet the obstacle, you escape it, but you're effectively in a lock by the margin of failure.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt. Oh, go ahead.
So hang on to, like,
Okay.
before you do anything.
Okay.
Yeah, the this thing kind of laughs from the darkness, and Gregor can't understand a damn thing that this thing is saying. It just sounds like hisses and clicks and kind of gross spidery sounds. But to Pell, it's for someone so so eager to not be found. You haven't done a very good job of hiding.
He's not responding. He's like, get the blade, 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 gotta go. Just like panic.
The mistresses do not like shirkers of duty. And do your
Nope.
duty you will.
Nope. Clicking. There's just clicking. Gregor, it's a scary thing. It's I think it's smallish. It's over there.
Gregor's gonna attempt a run.
You could spiders don't make much noise as they
At this point,
climb. So
if I'm doing if I have a chance while I'm doing this, I'm trying to whip up a lariat.
okay, so you're whipping up a lariat. Gregor, what are you doing?
He reaches down and with a growl just tries to grab it and rip it off.
Okay. Sweet.
I'm singing and dancing, so it's all cool.
You're singing and dancing. So it's your power -1 versus 3. No, you only lost by 1, so versus 1. It's an odd 1 power test to rip it free.
Wow, 7 dice and only 2 successes.
Crunch.
So
But it is definitely.
so you managed to get free. Pell, you go to make a lariat.
Yeah, I'm quick whipping one up.
Is that considered a combat skill? Making a lariat?
I'm trying to find it because this is I remember reading it.
It lets you let's see. Strand hunters learn the specialized art of lariat hunting. They cast single lines out to ensnare their targets, much like a lariat, lasso, bola, or whip. Using the lariat skill, the strand hunter may lock a target from a distance.
Alright, so it's a combat skill. Okay.
Test the lariat skill to throw the line. In range.
I'm trying to find
1D.
And if I hit with the line, die of fate.
Yep.
Okay, so it sounds like 1 action to secure a lariat, and then test it to toss.
Yeah, but we're not in. We're not.
I'm just whipping it up, and he just like rips down and pulls the web apart,
Yeah.
and it's like Daddy's home.
Yeah. So just go ahead and test.
Lariat or
Yeah, lariat.
okay. So when I'm like, no, gotta go, just like panic and high speech. I'm then gonna whip the lariat.
Okay.
So lariat, I have web wise. It is made of web.
Yes, it is.
And spider wise, I am targeting a spider. I know how they move.
Yeah.
And I think that's about all that's appropriate.
Yeah. You're down 1 die from a lock.
So my modifier is a 1
And
because I'm up 2 dice.
Yep. I don't see an ob here, so we'll say it's ob 2.
I think it's if I just have to hit, because if I hit, I throw a die of fate.
Well, yeah, but in order to figure out if you hit or not, you have to test, and test requires an ob, and most ranged attacks are ob 2.
Okay. Va-va-voom, that's a 2.
Nice. Okay.
So I met my ob, which means I'm die of fate.
Yep.
If I exceed my ob, I'm +1 to die of fate, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, I'm popping a fate point. I
And if you-
really do not feel like losing this. Damn it. Okay, so I just met. So
Yep.
now I roll my die of fate.
Yep.
That's a frickin' 1. Damn it.
Oh,
I
the
do not have a
last-
very good pop with my lariat. But what I did manage to get with my lariat is line is stuck on. I may now pull my target as a throw. The line may be dislodged with a 1 success agility, speed, or power. So I basically go over and I've got like one leg. One leg in my little lariat. It was like the saddest, like, okay, I'm working. Ha!
yeah.
And it's
So
just like barely gets the foot.
nice.
Damn it.
Oh god, it's 10 to 10. Hold on, let's do this. Do you guys want to hold it here?
That sounds fair.
I'd like to do a quick bloody versus if possible, but that's just me.
You want to do this as bloody versus? We can totally do that. Yeah. What's
What I mean,
what's your intent?
shove the tip of my longsword into one of its
So kill
eye
it.
hubs. Yes.
So kill it. Okay.
Kill it in a creative way.
I think Lahira's,
Unlife it.
like you can hear that shit's going down. Like you're like, let me sing you a very merry tune, and then all of a sudden,
And then
yeah. And it's not like there's a big courtyard. Like it's only maybe a half dozen steps away.
okay, well, I'm gonna run in there and see what's going on.
Yeah, and
Be
like
right back, people.
And I see Gregor just like,
yeah, like ripping his nets off and getting his sword out while
Well.
Pell is freaking chucking chunks of web across.
I will help.
All right. Really, this thing doesn't give two shits about Gregor and Lahiris. Like, in so much as beyond the fact that they're kind of a threat, like it's not like it has any strong feelings towards anybody except for Pell, who's supposed to be brought back to do his husbandly duties.
I will not do my duty for Queen and Country.
Yeah. So his intent is to capture Pell, and that's really all he wants.
Okay.
All right.
But my intent is to not be caught. In the can I have a not? Is it I think it's a binary choice, right?
Yeah, like
In a bloody
like
versus, there are two sides.
Yeah, you guys need to decide like what you want the end result to be.
I want a dead spider and not Pell.
I have to, that is the choice I have to go with. That scares me, but I will help, I guess. I do have a lariat on, so
I will also help.
it's a poopy one. But.
Hell, let's get him.
All right.
You get in here to get him with that knife I made you.
We got this. I have the sword out.
The sweet ass sword.
Well, no, just the regular old sword that I have. Gregor's got the sweet ass sword.
If
Yes.
if Leaves died, you can have that superb knife I made her.
She was buried with it.
Okay,
That seems fair and appropriate.
that's cool.
I did not loot her body.
This is not Torchbearer.
No.
All right, so I'm guessing my main dice pool is sword.
Yes.
You have one die from me.
I will help with lariat.
So one from each of you.
So we don't have weapon length to deal with.
Sword versus a spider.
I am
Uh,
positioning with longest
Yeah,
lariat.
yeah. So your side has an equally long weapon.
Okay.
Um,
I have armor and versus armor if that helps.
let's see. Yep, he's got. What's your VA?
1.
Okay, so you have +1 to attack. And what's the highest stride among you?
I have an
Probably.
8 because Spidar.
I think you and I have 8.
We do
I have a
This guy. He
because we're spooters.
also has an 8. So nobody has longer stride. And what's your guys' highest reflexes?
Oh, I have a 5.
He's got a 5.
I also have a 5.
what bonus dice do I get for armor?
You get you have full plate
Mm-hmm.
+4.
That's
+4
my
to
defense.
defense.
So right now I'm 1 attack, 4 defend, and 8 dice.
So let's see if I'm I'm helping with lariat. I have a 5, so you should get 2 there as well.
So 9 dice.
I am helping with.
All right, so I think I'm gonna go 6 attack, 8 defense, mostly defense because he's like fighting to keep the guy away as like he's trying to drag Pell and Pell's trying to drag him. He's trying to keep Pell like kind of between Pell and this other dude.
Spider.
Yeah, like whenever Pell gets yanked off his feet, I always take him up and stop and grab him and pull him back or what have you. You know, position my body so like he can't get an easy shot on him. Throw the random gauntlet and punch in every now and then just because forking and brawling. So I'm at 6 and 8. You want me to roll my attack against his defense first?
Hang on.
Okay.
Okay, so he's straight up 4 and 4.
Okay.
So he's using brawling.
You know what, I'll do 7 and 7. No, I already cleared it. It's 6 and 8. It's 6 and 8. It's fine.
He's got some bonuses to defense from armor, and he's forking and climbing. Because he's freaking crawling all over the walls and ceiling.
Oh, and just for cinematic purposes, like I still got to hold. I mean, I know he can release it whenever, but at the beginning of the combat, just like one extra tug on the strand he's got on me just to kind of jerk him towards me to start the fight, you know?
Yeah. Oh, and
Before
you
he
have sorry. Let's he's got a +1 ob to attack, we'll say, for or you know what? Let's count the lariat as a link test.
So I get +1 in my pool?
You hit exactly though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got exactly, and I rolled the crappiest I could. So there is a lariat attached, and I can pull, but that's it.
Right.
That's all I've got.
You could just say that that's how he's helping with lariat. Is he's got that little
Yeah,
weapon.
it's not
Yeah,
pulling.
That's
Like
true.
in an inopportune moment when it's going to like leap, I like pull and pull it off balance.
Nice. Yeah, which detaches it, but he's at least off balance for that. Okay.
My attack roll then?
Okay.
Bow. What?
Ooh.
How does that happen?
Not well.
Mm.
I've had really low rolls this week, this night. Thank you, random dice generator.
Oh, I don't want to see how this goes. This is so bad.
Bio Kai.
Nothing.
Yes. Yes.
What?
So you got two successes on attack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I use them both to up it from a. I'll let him pick wherever it goes, but I'm gonna up it from a incidental to a mark, so it's a B11.
A B11. Okay. He's still gonna roll his attack.
Yep.
3
Ouch.
successes. 4.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Like he drops something, he starts to bite me, and it's just like bouncing off the metal. And it's just I shove my forearm into his mouth and like grab one of his mandibles, so he can't really get a good bite. And I'm just like wrestling him around, as Lahiris is over there stabbing him in the side, and Pelt keeps jerking his foot out from under him.
Yeah. When he does try and
Finally,
nip me, it bounces off my chitin.
Before Lahiris and I both just like shove swords at him and just like the rodent of unusual size. It's just like, "Arr."
Yeah, and it's hissing and like its legs are all curling in, and it's this middling stature. So that's what about man size?
That's mannish. Yeah.
Yeah. So like a human, the spider's as big as you are, Gregor.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like you're stabbing it. It's on the floor, like curling its legs in, trying to protect its soft underbelly. And like as it's expiring, it chitters out that.
Oh, you didn't say shitter out? Okay.
No, I said chitters. It chitters out. I am not the last. We will come for you. Before
So there's this like pregnant silence afterwards, and he walks over and like he just kind of walks over and like pokes it with a leg to make sure it's dead,
yeah, and it's just
and then starts wrapping it up in web, and then just like when it's done, he like attaches a lariat and he just like pulls it outside. And like he goes like across. No, he just pull it outside. He like pulls it into the corner and just like webs it up into the corner for later. and then he turns around and looks at him. He's like, "So that's the last we'll see of them."
You could at least put it in the horseless stables.
I gotta be honest. I might eat it later. We'll see. I haven't bit it yet, but we'll get there.
all right. Well,
They don't rub his things together. Who's hungry?
it's so wrong. Today's what, the 24th?
Yep. No, 5th.
25th now. Here, 24th for them still.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. So shall we do some Arda? I guess I have to edit this a little bit.
Sure.
Absolutely.
All right. Who would like to start? Who would like to go first?
I'll go first. Get it out of the way.
All right.
Though Katsuo is no more, I will forge the true silver into a great blade as a monument to Shamseel's justice and my own retribution.
Yeah, I think you did that.
That's a persona.
That is a persona.
Though she is a demon, I have faced worth. I will track down the Marilith Yalethi. I've done that.
Nope.
Those who have wronged others need to face their bloody justice, and my sword will dole it out. Talked to the Gift Zeri lady to get that started.
Yeah, I'd say that's worth a fate.
Instincts when smithing, always work patiently and carefully. Every morning pray to Shamsiel for justice and vengeance. Always haggle when discussing prices. Character traits: perfectionist, early riser, direct and honest.
Did any?
I don't think any of my traits got me.
Okay.
Unless maybe, I don't know, early riser or direct and honest. I can't really.
No, I don't feel like they really spun things in a particular direction this time around.
And that's me.
Spun.
All right, Lahiris. Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Shamsiel has given me absolution. I will create a performance that will bring him worshippers.
oh, I think that is Persona.
I believe I done did that.
You did. You did.
Song of Exile, la-da-da, didn't do anything with that. I know how futile it is to run. I will help Polonius face his threats and help him to protect himself.
You did do that.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's definitely a fate.
Yep.
Unless you wanna close it out, because you literally just helped him in that one moment.
I could probably help him a little bit more.
You probably keep the help going.
Yeah, I could keep helping Polonius. That
He specifically told you that you won't be seeing those guys anymore.
Well, that particular one.
Well, yeah, that particular one.
I turned to Gregor. I think he's more afraid of us than we are of it. All right. Instincts. I changed my first instinct a little bit. Always attempt to help whoever needs it instead of heal. I don't think that really got me in trouble though. Well, I kind of went and helped Polonius. He needed it. Jumped in there in a bloody versus.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like you weren't like. I feel like the instinct was an afterthought. Like, definitely,
yeah.
I'll give it to you for the belief, but
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, the afterthought or the.
Yeah, I totally already got points for helping him protect himself there.
Yeah.
Okay. Always tell new friends about Shamsiel.
I'll give you a fake for that.
Never let a shiny thing go untouched. I don't think any of my traits really did me in here,
No.
as far as I know. So, all right. Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Polonius.
These new allies are paramount to my continued learning. I will find out about Gregor's wife and where she is.
I'll give you a fate. It was kind of an awkward, like, so tell me about your wife.
Which I think is what he was kind of hoping it would be to
Yeah.
start with. So yeah.
Because he's awkward. He's Big Spider. Lahiris is a magnificent creature of grace and pain. I will help her in the prognostication of her faith in order to better know her mind.
Do you feel that one's done, or are you going to keep working on it?
I feel like it's done
All right.
because there are more pressing things at hand. The handmaidens are ever on my trail. I must stay out of the spotlight and hide from fame and fortune.
Oh, you did not do that. You did not.
You specifically did not do
You
that.
specifically did not do that one.
Oops.
So we'll come back to that. Instincts?
Instincts always run from violence.
Yeah, you didn't run.
I didn't really have an option to. I was locked.
No, you were.
You could have tried. You were only down one die.
Yeah. Never let an interesting conversation go uneavesdropped. And if bored, practice my weaving.
Okay. No, none of those really came up.
Yep. For character traits, paranoid, lonely, worldly, and high speech.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I tried to play up lonely, and he's like,
Lonely?
I'll help. I'll help.
I'll be here.
Can
Will you be my friend?
friends?
Yeah.
You
I,
certainly got into trouble by helping me with my performance.
yes. Yeah.
You were lonely, and you're like, I can help, and you certainly did it.
Wait, no, I'll absolutely do. Oh my God, this crowd. This is guys.
Oh no!
Oh God. Oh
Oh,
God,
no.
they think I'm
Oh,
with
no.
them. I'm not just behind the scenes. Oh no. What?
It's
No.
hard to miss the horse-sized spider making the things dance. It's
I
hard
love
to
that
miss
I have this. I love that I have this idea I'm trying to hide
and, you're,
because that's gonna work.
and you're a spider the size of a horse.
Yeah, that's what's hilarious.
Your friends could ride you.
I know, and I'm trying to hide. I don't think
8 seconds,
I don't think
one
any of
French
my
leg.
yeah.
Hmm.
I don't think any of my die traits came in handy, and my call on did not.
Okay. All right. Let's move on then. Humor.
I like Pell's little like. That's the last we'll see of them.
Yeah, I thought Pell was pretty
Yeah.
successful.
I go first.
All right.
I'll happily take a fate point for that.
Right skill, right time. Anybody have that?
I feel like
was
composition.
I would have said composition, except that like it was directly tied to a belief, rather than like
It wasn't some random thing that came up, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I have this."
yeah.
Like I meant to have musical composition, and
I don't think that I can't think of any instances of right skill, right time this session. Then
I
No.
can't even-
I think the test is if anybody actually goes, "What? Fucking really? You have that?" That's
I don't think we had that moment.
that's
Yeah.
the right skill, right time test. Embodiment. Would anybody like to nominate anybody for embodiment?
Lahiris.
Lahiris, because that was epic as hell.
Yes.
Like Act 2 has started off with a bang.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was some
Um,
good shit.
Here's
And a
the
house-
thing, Sean,
and a house invasion.
An interesting point I'd like to bring up. You talk about how a god is shaped by the belief of his followers.
Yeah.
His first influx of followers are coming from a message of hope,
Yeah. Yeah.
like a little bit gentle hope, and then one guy like, "I will slaughter them for you." But here's the hope over here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's just the change. Just the
Yeah.
taupe.
I also think Gregor is still pretty straightforward, even though he's a bit more stabby and less punchy. But like when dealing with the spider, it wasn't like some way. He's just like, "I'm gonna rip it off and go stab you face."
Yeah.
For embodiment.
Mhm.
we don't want to find out what's going on here. We just want to kill it.
Yeah.
You just squish the spider instead of like gently taking it outside and releasing it back into the wild.
Well, there was also the fact that the bigger spider was like, oh god, run.
Yeah.
Just drop it outside and then all our new followers.
I don't
working-
think we have a toilet big enough to flush this.
No, I'm working up for the character trait arachnophobia.
Keep
Avoid
him
mirrors.
away from mirrors. He doesn't know.
He thinks he's people.
So- all right. So mold breaker. Pell
Yeah,
For-
Pell.
for
Oops.
oops.
Yeah.
Let me do something really big and obvious. When your belief is
If you get a fully own up to this big thing and just okay, I'll go with it, or is he gonna like suddenly back out of the spotlight and try to stay hidden?
That's a good question.
I don't. How do you guys feel about first session Mold Breaker? I mean, I feel like the epiphany hit me. I was like, no, I'll help my friends. Oh God, what have I done? And
Well, the question is Pell going to change his behavior because of this? Is he going to be like, fuck it, I'm just going to be big and in charge because I got these friends who can protect me now and I can help a cause? Or is he going to be like, I'm going to stay here and literally pull strings from the shadows and just kind of try to stay hidden again?
I love that question, and I think I'm going to play to find out. But I think it is a fabulous road he's got to choose to go down.
Right,
well,
but
what I'm
that
asking is because if you take Mold Breaker, you have to change your belief.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the belief has to be changed one way or another because I don't think running is an option. We have groupies now.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to take. I have to take the Mold Breaker because it's not about.
If
Like,
you're
I
running,
don't-
we'll chase you.
Yeah, they're well. The predators love a chase.
Right.
So maybe it's time to grow a spine because he's a middle-aged man. He's
That'll never happen
36
for
years
Colonial.
old. Now all I can think of is the dude from Preacher last night, and I guess it was
I
Sunday
need to
night.
see
but-
that.
Oh God, it's so good, so good. It's last I checked, it was free on the Google Play Store at least, so you can watch the pilot.
Okay.
Also, I'd like to nominate Lahiris for MVP.
That was freaking amazing.
Yes.
And I don't like to toot my own horn off, and I would like to nominate
Behind-
Gregor
yes.
for Workhorse.
For
Oh,
Willis.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
he made the blade.
You made the
and,
blade.
and all the resources he was helping with and getting people
Yes.
things, and
Yep.
literally helping the song with the ring of it's just.
Yeah.
I actually had a
totally
lot
agree.
of fun overall with this session. I think we each hit one belief in a major way, and so we didn't accomplish as much as maybe we could have. But what we did was really fun, I thought, and really focused. So
This is the first time I've spent a Deeds point. In Britain.
I think this is the first time that you've really had something that you were like, no, I'm gonna do a thing.
Mhm.
Like you've been pretty sit backish
yeah,
with
Mhm.
with Lahiris. Like there's been moments, like when you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna stab a dude. But this really felt like. Ironically, all it took was coming literally as close as you can to dying, to pull Lahiris out of her shell.
To make an omelet, you gotta kill an elf.
No one said growth is easy.
That's right. Cool. Well, I think that will do it then. And as far as I know, we should be back on next Tuesday.
You got it.
All right.
Yeah, should be
later,
back.
YouTube.
Good night, Internet.
Good night,
Isn't
Internet.
that all? Sean, I want to talk to you about something
All right.
And
afterwards. here.
Freddie, I want to talk to you too before you leave.
All right. So I'm gonna stop the broadcast and